This is a very stupid post, but I thought some other perspectives might help calm my anxiety. I am a 22-year-old female having a guy over for the first time. I've never done anything before, don't even know how to kiss, and he is fully aware of this. We're probably just going to watch a movie and cuddle, maybe make out depending on how the night goes. Is there anything that I should do to prepare for him? Obviously, I've taken a shower and covered all of the hygiene stuff. I have fresh sheets and blankets, cleaned the kitchen and bathroom, and got a few snacks for tonight. Is there anything else I should get done? Update. You guys, I never intended for this to go as crazy as it did. He should be here within an hour, and I will update tomorrow for those of you who are interested. Thank you for all of your comments, ideas, and positive thoughts. Second update. I'm not sure how or where to post this so that everyone who is invested in my night can find it. Things went okay. The spark just wasn't there. I don't know if it was because of my nervousness or just genuinely not a connection. Things also moved a lot quicker than I had anticipated. I specifically stated that I wanted to go slow, take small steps, literally just hang out and watch a movie, and whatever happens, happens. Pretty soon, I feel his hand under my shirt playing with my breasts. Whatever, I didn't really care. Not even 5 seconds go by before he's on top of me asking if he can kiss me. I told him yes, and his tongue immediately is down my throat. I tried to pull back a little but ultimately ended up in a slobbery mess. Sorry to disappoint the number of you who commented and liked this post. He just wasn't the right guy. Third update. Good morning. I'm literally in tears at the amount of love, support, and concern so many of you have shown me. I had no idea my post would ever go this direction. I'm just adding this in for any clarification and for those who are now finding this. 1. I've known this guy for almost a year. He's 26, a mutual friend of mine, and we recently started talking more seriously about a month ago. 2. Since the first time he asked if he could come over, about 2 weeks ago, I have made it clear that I need to take things slow. I struggle with severe anxiety due to an abusive father. He knows this. He's listened to me talk about things that I can't do because of him. I thought I had made myself clear, but I'm second-guessing that now. 3. Any remaining advice for how to do things differently in the future would be greatly appreciated. Much love, S. Fourth update. Well, everyone, front page and all, I'm honored. Never thought my first date would get me famous. For the few of you still invested, messaging me, or finding this post later on, I have a final ending for everyone. He messaged me earlier this afternoon just asking general conversation questions. We finally got to talking about last night, and I told him that I felt incredibly uncomfortable and things went too fast. He got angry and told me I should have been honored, that he even wanted to do anything with me. Told me that no one likes a prude and we should have just gone all the way to get it over with. Took a few screenshots and he's now blocked. Thanks for everything. Stick around if I ever get to dating someone ever again. Story 1. Honestly, just a clean home and a clean you. Don't stress out about what is going to happen. Just be sure to let him know if you are uncomfortable with something. Story 2. Seeing this post with the second update already there is so sad. You put so much thought and energy into preparing for this date, and then he basically just showed up and wanted to have sex straight away? Even when he knew you were nervous and inexperienced, and you said you wanted to go slow, as if that wasn't self-explanatory already? Even now, you give him way too much credit by saying, the spark wasn't there, when he totally behaved like a rude jerk. I'm really sorry this happened to you. Story 3. Sometimes it helps to have the television quietly on in the background before he arrives, or music on the stereo, to help with any awkward silences when he first arrives. I'm a grown-up straight woman and still do this when new friends of the same sex come over. It just helps me feel like the house isn't so empty and quiet. Edit. Thank you all for the upvotes and award. I'm brand new here and just trying to get the hang of things. You're all very kind. Story 4. A Lego Millennium Falcon to assemble together. Edit. So this was mostly an offhand comment just kind of being goofy, but wow, it blew up. Thanks for the awards. Story 5. From my experience on Tinder, men take whatever happens as we're having sex tonight. Touching your boobs before the first kiss is yucky. Story 6. Turn the heat down. I know it sounds crazy, but we tend to run warmer than women. I can't tell you the number of times I've been to a woman's place, whether romantic or platonic, and spent the time melting into a puddle wishing I could crack a window. Especially if you two are planning on cuddling anyway, cooling the place off a bit will make you two more comfortable while you're swapping body heat too. Story 7. Since you're learning to kiss, do him a huge favor and don't bite his lips. It's cold outside and lips get chapped. That's it. My current girlfriend has only been with one other guy. I had to tell her in the nicest way possible that she's destroying my mouth in the winter. She's 25. I'm Sugesta. Story 8. Physically, you have it all covered. Mentally, you should decide where your boundaries and limits are, if you have not already. Do you trust this guy not to take advantage of you? Perhaps consider how you may raise the issues of limits and boundaries in conversation before things get hotter or heavier than you would prefer. Proactively manage his expectations by telling him what yours are. Be prepared to assert your limits if he tries to change the menu. Story 9. If you live by yourself, please tell someone else you are having this person over and have an agreement to message them at a set time to say everything is fine. Story 10. I'm a female and I just wanted to comment on your update. I'm sorry that he wasn't respecting your clearly stated boundaries, and I'm glad it didn't get worse than that. That's enough to not bother to see him again. Story 11. No, it wasn't whatever. That he had his hands under your shirt in no time. He should have asked. He was pushing your boundaries without making sure you were okay with what he was doing. He completely ignored what you told him about moving slowly and did what he wanted. This is not okay at all, and you don't have to be okay with it. I'm sorry you had this bad experience. Story 12. Coming from a fellow lady, you do not have to let him touch you if you do not want him to. You are allowed to say no. Learning how to is a great first step to help you stand up for yourself, even if it makes you scared. Story 13. Sounds like you're good to go. Honestly, men are simple. Having good hygiene and a tidy living space is all most asked for. Heck, some wouldn't even care if your body odor is off the charts and the place is a tip, laughing out loud. Story 14. The spark wasn't there because you weren't on the same page at all. You wanted a guy that actually listened and went along with the plan for the evening. He had no tact, just went for what he wanted, and was a terrible kisser. You caught a bad and immature fish. Hopefully, the next fish in the sea is better for you. Story 15. Very disrespectful from a guy who claimed he was understanding. You will find someone who respects your boundaries and treats you like a princess. Original poster. Keep trying. Story 16. In no way did you disappoint us. That guy totally disappointed us by being pushy and disgusting. You said he knew about your lack of experience and desire to go slow, and that happened? That's bothersome. Hope you find someone leagues better than that person. Story 17. Second update. I'm not sure how or where to post this so that everyone who is interested in my night can find it. Things went okay. The spark just wasn't there. I don't know if it was because of my nervousness or just genuinely not a connection. Things also moved a lot quicker than I had anticipated. I specifically stated that I wanted to go slow, take small steps, literally just hang out and watch a movie, and whatever happens, happens. Pretty soon, I feel his hand under my shirt playing with my breasts. Whatever, I don't really care. Not even 5 seconds go by before he's on top of me asking if he can kiss me. I told him yes, and his tongue immediately is down my throat. I tried to pull back a little but ultimately ended up in a slobbery mess. Sorry to disappoint the large number of you who commented and liked this post. He just wasn't the right guy. Story 18. I'm late to the party, but I wanted to comment based on your second update. My wife told me that she spent time with many guys before she met me, but that I was the first person who made my intentions properly clear. I said, "Would you like to get some coffee with me sometime?" And she said yes. Then I said, "To be clear, I'm asking you on a date." And she laughed and agreed. She told me of times when a guy asked her out for coffee and she had no idea he was into her. Or when a guy asked her if she wanted to go back to his place to watch a movie, and she said, "Sure." She was surprised when he made a move and she didn't get to watch the movie as she was busy trying to downplay this guy's attempt to get closer. Unfortunately, people aren't always clear about their intentions. It seems this guy said he had no issue with you being inexperienced, but you have two very different ideas of taking things slow. I would say the single greatest favor you could do yourself is to make your intentions clear. Most guys are respectful of boundaries and won't push them, but if you don't set a boundary, it is up to the guy to find out where that boundary is, and sometimes that can push you further than you're comfortable with. It sounds like you won't be seeing this guy again, but next time I would suggest that inviting someone to your home to watch a movie can be misconstrued. I have misunderstood that from women before, when she literally just wanted to watch a movie and I thought it was a euphemism. I would suggest getting to know someone a bit better before being alone in your home with them. I know there's not much available to do right now, but a walk with someone for whom you have romantic intentions can still allow you to see if there's chemistry. Story 19. The old dude again here. You got yourself covered. Well done. Now for the rest. Just let it happen, relax. Oh, you can't kiss? Of course you can. Everybody can give a kiss. Take it easy, take it slow, chill, and be yourself. Have fun. Story 20. I think you need some woman's advice. Use waterproof mascara and eyeliner. If things get steamy, you don't want the raccoon look. I know you said you're very new to this, but better safe than sorry. Don't shave right before down there, or you'll increase the chance of bacteria coming in because of the open pores. I recommend trimming. Use flavored lip gloss like fruits or vanilla, or make sure your lipstick doesn't run, because it might end up all over the place or ruin some clothes. Preferably, don't wear foundation, as it might end up all over his shirt, even while just cuddling. Use mouthwash or something that ensures good breath. Don't be afraid to use deodorant in different areas if you tend to sweat when nervous. If you're using scented lotion and perfume, make sure they complement each other and are not overwhelming. If you haven't chosen a movie, have a few options on your list just to narrow it down, as you guys might be too nervous to think. Have tissues near you. They're always useful. You mentioned snacks, but don't forget juice and preferably bottled water, unless your tap water tastes good. Have the blanket ready. It makes cuddling so much cozier. Story 21. You have everything planned well. Have some stuff around that can be conversation starters to avoid awkward silences. Maybe have some things ready like video games, board games, and books. Story 22. If he is the right guy, he will notice and appreciate all of the things that you have done to make tonight special. Us men are not all clueless. He will also pick up on your trepidation and, if he is a gentleman, act kindly and accordingly. If I were to suggest anything, I would like to say just relax, be yourself, and do not pressure yourself to make things perfect. Times like this are meant to be enjoyed, not fretted over, my dear. Have a wonderful night. Story 23. Sorry that happened. It seems like some guys think that admitting inexperience or uncertainty is an opportunity. The go slow phrase becomes a challenge or temptation. I don't think any of that other stuff is necessary if the goal is to just hang out. If you want to get to know the person and he wants to know you, then that should be the start and end of it. The rest can build on top of that. It shouldn't start with him getting on top. Story 24. You rolled out the red carpet for this person, and he tried to kiss you even though he knew you were uncomfortable. Not only should you stop talking to him, but you should probably end the friendship. Story 25. Wow. Check back in for that final edit. What in the world is going on with him? You should feel honored that he would do anything with you? Well, he should be honored when my dogs exclusively use his lawn. Don't even give him a second thought. It's not prudish to be uncomfortable with sexual advances. You take things at your own speed while respecting your partner if they need to take things slower. Story 26. Check yourself. If at any time you change your mind, be firm and clear in your decisions. Do not sacrifice your own comfort levels for fear of hurting his feelings. If he has a good heart, then he would much rather have hurt feelings at your change of heart in the moment than have you regret allowing him to continue activities beyond your comfort levels just to please him. Story 27. Oh wow. I'm so sorry to see he was awful. He probably thought he could get away with more because you have little experience. Next time a guy starts moving too fast for you, put your foot down and kick them out if need be. Your safety comes first, and someone who pushes boundaries that you set up isn't safe. Story 28. You might have needed men for the original post, but you need a girl for the update. It didn't go well because he didn't respect what you had told him in advance. I hope if this happens in the future, you stand up for yourself and say, "No, I already told you that we aren't doing anything like that, and I want to take it slow." If it's a person that actually wants to be with you, they will feel remorseful and correct their behavior. Story 29. In regards to your edit, no, he is not the right guy. He sounds sleazy. Who acts that way? I'm sorry you were ambushed by this man boy. I hope you find a guy that wants to go your speed. Story 30. Hey, it sucks that the date was disappointing. I just wanted to say that if you feel hesitant to do something like this again, it's understandable. He went too fast, and not all guys are like that. It's cute how much effort you put into it, and he should have appreciated that more. Story 31. Okay, so as a guy, I wanted to comment on your second update. What is wrong with that dude? He started touching you inappropriately, probably without consent, before you had even kissed. I'm sorry that the first time you had a guy over, it went like this. It's not okay or normal. You didn't do anything wrong, and hopefully your next experience will be much better. Go get them, Tiger. Story 32. Grown up here. That dude's behavior was uncool. I think back to all the times guys acted like that in my life, and I thought it was normal, but it isn't. It's icky. I hope you are okay. Story 33. Don't overthink it. I've been with a few girls over the years who were clearly nervous and made a very obvious attempt at flirting or initiating anything sexual, which ended up being funny but not as sexy as I'm sure they were hoping for. Just let the evening roll and be yourself. Also, make sure your house is clean and tidy. I've been to a couple of girls' houses that were an absolute mess, and it was an immediate turn-off. But judging by how you brought up hygiene on your own, I'll assume you keep your place neat. Just have fun. Story 34. Is it possible for you to be more comfortable and less nervous? People have this ability to perceive awkwardness, and your awkwardness may make him feel as though he's responsible for it, which will make him awkward. Then you sense his awkwardness, which makes yours worse, and pretty soon you all have this awkward feedback loop where maybe you both come out of it in a relationship with a funny story, but maybe it's a near miss you'll think back on and cringe about years later. Find a non-intoxicant way to be at ease if at all possible. Relax and have a good time. Good luck. Story 35. I am sorry he did not understand the term slow. I hope you have a conversation with him about what you want and expect before he comes over, if he comes over again. Please remember it is okay to talk about what you want in the moment, be verbal. I wish you luck in your journey. Be safe. Story 36. Obligatory, I'm a girl. You had never even kissed someone, he knew that, and he still went right for your breasts? What a creep, no wonder the spark wasn't there. I'm so sorry, the next one will be so much better. Story 37. Keep an air freshener in the restroom that he will use. In case he needs to go, you don't want him to be embarrassed or rummaging for a spray. I keep a small vase of matches on the back of the toilet. Story 38. I specifically stated that I wanted to go slow, take small steps, literally just hang out and watch a movie, and whatever happens, happens. Pretty soon I feel his hand under my shirt playing with my breasts. Whatever, I don't really care. Not even 5 seconds go by before he's on top of me asking if he can kiss me. I told him yes, and his tongue is immediately down my throat. I don't know how old you are, but even 20-something me thought this was normal, and oh girl, it is not. Stay away from people like this guy. He knew your boundaries because you communicated them, and he ignored and violated them because he couldn't contain his urges, like a real man would. Story 39. Sounds like you have already done everything. Don't worry about not having experience. Everyone starts somewhere, and pretty much instinct takes over anyway. I would suggest making sure you have protection around, just in case you want to go past cuddling and making out.